For decades, humanity has looked up at the night sky and believed we understood it. Stars were born. Planets formed. Galaxies collided. Everything followed rules, predictable, measurable, familiar. Space was vast, yes. Dangerous, sometimes. But ultimately, understandable. Or so we thought. Because deep in the darkness of space, far beyond what the human eye can see, NASA detected something that doesn't fit those rules at all. This discovery didn't arrive with a dramatic announcement. There was no emergency broadcast. No global warning. At first, it was nothing more than a strange entry in a dataset. A faint anomaly buried inside mountains of information collected by telescopes scanning the universe every second of every day. Most anomalies are easy to dismiss. Cosmic radiation. Instrument errors. Random noise. This one wasn't. It appeared during what should have been a completely routine deep space scan. No unusual region. No known objects nearby. Just empty space. And then, a signal. Weak at first. Almost invisible. Some researchers assumed it was a glitch. A sensor error. Background interference. After all, space is messy. Chaotic. Unpredictable. But when they filtered the data, something unsettling became clear. The signal wasn't random. It stopped. Then started again. Then stopped. Over and over. Always following the same timing. Patterns like that don't usually happen in nature. Stars don't pulse that way. Black holes don't behave like that. Cosmic radiation doesn't repeat itself with precision. Whatever this was, it was structured. As scientists focused their instruments on the source, a shape began to emerge. Not clearly. Not fully. Just enough to suggest that something massive was out there. A dark silhouette against the background of distant stars. When they tried to classify it, nothing matched. It wasn't a star. It produced no visible light. It wasn't a planet. It wasn't orbiting anything. It wasn't even behaving like a black hole. Black holes collapse inward. They tear apart anything that gets too close. This object didn't. Instead, it remained stable. Perfectly, unerringly stable. As more data came in, scientists realized just how enormous it was. Not just large. Not just massive. Enormous on a scale that dwarfed entire star systems. Yet it showed none of the violence such mass should create. Nearby stars appeared warped, stretched, bent around it. But not destroyed. Space itself seemed to curve unnaturally in its presence. And then came the strangest discovery of all. Time near the object didn't behave normally. Signals passing close to it arrived slightly late. Or slightly early. As if time couldn't quite decide which direction to flow. According to everything we know about physics, this shouldn't be possible. Einstein's equations don't predict behavior like this. Which forced scientists to consider something far more unsettling. That this object might not belong to the modern universe at all. Some researchers suggested it could be a relic. A structure left behind from the earliest moments after the Big Bang. A remnant from a time before galaxies existed. Before stars ignited. Before the universe settled into the shape we recognize today. If that theory is correct, this object could be older than the Milky Way. Older than almost everything we've ever observed. Others disagreed. They argued it might be something entirely new. A class of cosmic object never before discovered. A phenomenon created by physics humanity hasn't uncovered yet. And then there were the quieter conversations. The ones that didn't make it into official reports. Because as the weeks passed, the signal changed. The patterns became more complex. Still not a message. Still not language. But undeniably, deliberate. NASA never officially stated that the object was artificial. But they never ruled it out either. Publicly, they referred to it using careful language. Anomaly. Transient source. Unclassified phenomenon. Words that explain very little. What concerned researchers even more was what happened next. The object wasn't stationary. At first, the movement was so slow it was almost impossible to detect. But over time, it became undeniable. The object was shifting position. Not drifting randomly. Moving. Slowly. Steadily. Intentionally. Its trajectory doesn't point toward Earth. Not now. Not anytime soon. There is no immediate threat. But in a universe defined by randomness, objects don't usually move with purpose. That's what makes this discovery so disturbing. NASA continues to monitor it constantly. Every signal. Every fluctuation. Every change. Teams across the world are watching the same data, trying to make sense of something that refuses to be understood. Some believe this discovery could revolutionize science. Rewrite our understanding of space and time. Force us to admit that our picture of the universe is incomplete. Others worry it raises questions humanity isn't ready to face. Questions like: are we truly alone? Is intelligence something rare? Or something the universe creates again and again? And if this object was created by something else, why? For now, it remains distant. Silent. Unresponsive. NASA insists there is no cause for concern. And technically, that's true. But they haven't stopped watching. Because whatever this thing is, it exists. It doesn't fit our models. It doesn't follow our rules. And that may be the most terrifying part. Not that it's dangerous. Not that it's hostile. But that the universe just reminded us of something we like to forget. We don't understand everything. And somewhere out there, in the cold darkness of space, something exists that proves